This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
Mary!
Yeah, come on in, Rhoda.
Hey, Mare, can you give me a lift to work this morning? My carpool didn't pick me up.
Oh, how come?
They're sore at me. It finally dawned on them I don't have a car.
Yeah, I'd be glad to.
Good.
Hey, Rhoda, do I look all right to you?
Terrific.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's some color.
Yeah, good. All right, dress, you are no longer returnable. You are mine, all mine.
I never knew anyone to buy a brand new dress for a Wednesday morning.
Well, I just want to make an impression on somebody.
Really?
Yes.
Great. Tell me all about him.
Well, he's got a terrific sense of humor and a great personality.
Hey, that's how people describe me. He can't be too great. What does he look like?
He also happens to be very good looking, slightly gray.
Slightly gray. Where? His face? His suit?
Around temples.
Has he got a name?
His name is Paul Arnell. Hey, well, you've met his brother, Howard Arnell. Remember I dated him a couple of times?
Oh, that Howard, yes.
But don't worry, Paul is nothing like Howard. I mean, I don't think Paul even owns a tie that lights up in the dark.
Well, how did you meet Paul? I mean, did Howard introduce you to him?
No, we're doing a series of interviews with Congressman Styron, and Paul writes his speeches, so we've met a couple of times, and he's coming by the office today, so...
Yeah. Has he asked you out or anything?
Well, he did once. I couldn't make it. I told him I was doing something.
So tell him you've stopped doing it.
Hello? Who? Oh, hi, Howard.
Howard Arnell?
Yeah, I did. I bumped into Paul the other day. But I don't remember giving him any message. Oh, unless you mean I told him to be sure and say hi to Howard. And you're just calling to say hi right back. Well, hi. Listen, Howard, I've got to run. I've got some guests here. Yes, a few people just dropped in. Oh, I don't know. I guess they'll be here a couple of hours anyway. You what? You'll hold. Oh, yes, of course. I knew you were just kidding, Howard. I knew that. Listen, I really have to go. No, all right, I won't take any wooden nickels. Yes, I'll be sure to say hi to Paul when I see him. Right, good talking to you, too. Bye-bye, Howard.
Quick, before he calls again.
Mary, have you got Congressman Styron's questions for Paul Arnell when he gets here?
Right on your desk.
Good.
You know, Murray, I've been meaning to ask you, just hypothetically speaking, if a man has asked a woman out and she couldn't make it, how does she go about asking him or getting him to ask her out again?
Oh, well, it depends on who the particular man is and who the particular woman is.
Well, nobody in particular. Any two people, just hypothetically speaking.
Hey, is the hypothetical woman you?
I shouldn't even have brought it up. Just that there's something, kind of interesting about him.
Who?
Paul Arnell.
Paul Arnell? Hey, he's great. Why don't you go out with him?
Well, I don't know. Just came off the wire, Mr. Grant.
Oh, thanks. Mary?
Sir?
Skip it.
Skip what?
Sit down. Mary, I know what you think of me. Same as everyone else thinks of me. All business, no time for sentiment. Tough, Lou Grant.
Oh, no, Mr. Grant. I don't think that you're so,
What?
Well, usually I do. You're tough, Lou Grant.
But underneath it all, Mary, I think of you, well, I think of you like a daughter, which is saying a lot. Because I have 3 daughters, and one of them I don't even think of as a daughter.
You know, you're very sweet. In a tough sort of way.
Right. So when I heard certain things around the office, I made certain inquiries so that maybe I could help you out with a certain situation.
Well, I certainly want to thank you, Mr. Grant, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Not what? Who? Paul Arnell.
What?
Fellow makes $13,000 a year, lives here in town, BA from Dartmouth, military, 4 years in the Air Force he served.
No, Mr. Grant, I don't want to hear this.
Marital status?
Go on.
Never been married.
Thank you. Murray, you just couldn't wait to go and tell Mr. Grant about Paul Arnell.
Oh, hey, it wasn't like that at all. Look, the man asked me a direct question, and I had to answer him. He said who, and I said Paul Arnell.
Could you tell me why Mr. Grant would say who?
Because he said, guess what guy Mary's interested in?
Mary's interested in someone? Who? Don't tell me who it is. Just one of the initials.
Oh, Ted.
Oh, come on, Mayor. Everyone here knows but me. Mayor, how about you? Come on, what are the initials?
All right. The initials are P.A.
P.A.
As in Paul Arnell.
Oh, as in Paul Arnell. It wouldn't be Peter or somebody, would it, Mayor?
Okay. Everybody here is acting pretty cute, but let me tell you, if you're still acting pretty cute when he gets here, I mean it, I'm gonna quit.
Mary, don't worry. We won't even be here. We'll leave, okay?
Okay.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Hi.
Arnell, good to see you.
Paul Arnell, P.A. Paul Arnell.
No, we gotta go now, Paul. Come
I
on,
guessed
Ted.
it, didn't I? Didn't I guess it?
Hi.
Hi.
What's the matter with your eye?
Hi. No, it's gonna be all right. It's okay.
Did you get something in it?
Just a fist. I did.
A what?
No, nothing. It's,
Paul, let me see it.
pretty bad, huh?
No, it looks pretty good.
Oh, really? It's amazing to me how much punishment the human face can take before it breaks. Oh. Do you get any coffee?
Yeah, sure, but, Paul, what happened?
Oh, I was sitting next to this guy at a lunch counter, and he's reading Styron's speech in the newspaper, and he's making loud, rude remarks, you know.
Uh-huh.
So oh, cream and sugar?
Okay.
Thanks.
Did you tell him that you wrote it?
Oh, no, not right away. He had a tattoo.
Paul, what has that got to do with it?
Well, Mary, look, there are 2 kinds of people in the world. Guys with tattoos and guys who are afraid of getting hit by guys with tattoos.
Well, did you, finally tell him that, you wrote the speech?
Yeah. So anyway, I stop. I say, hey, look, look, my friend, I wrote that speech. Right? So he gets a little embarrassed, you know, and that's when he hit me.
Well, you didn't get into a real, you know, a fight, did
Fight?
you?
No, Mary, there was no fight.
Good.
It was more like a beating up.
Well, at least you acted civilized. I mean, you didn't hit him back.
Worse. I did worse. I kicked him. I mean, you know what I mean? All your life, since you're a kid, all you ever hear is men don't kick, not under any circumstances.
And girls don't bite or scratch.
Yeah, well, except during wartime, then maybe an enemy soldier would kick.
Yeah, or bite or scratch even.
Yeah,
anything.
well, but not a wholesome American boy.
Right. Hey, Paul, that eye does look like it's beginning to swell up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You put hot water or cold water on a
If
swelling
you go
eye?
sit down, I'll do it.
Ooh! You know, I think I wrecked my toe.
When you kicked him?
Yeah, I missed him and I hit the counter. But I think I got him. I think he must have broken his fist on my face. Oh, yeah, that's good. Other eye?
He hit you there, too?
No, it just feels good.
Your eye?
Say, listen, Mary, would you be suspicious if I showed up at your apartment every night and you had to fix up my eye?
No, not in the least.
Oh. Would you, how about Friday night, say around 8 o'clock? Are you busy?
Friday night at,
Without a swollen eye.
No, I'm not busy. I'd like that.
Great. That's terrific. I'll be looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah. See you.
Paul! The, siren interview. We still haven't gone over the siren material.
Siren, right, yeah. Sure, I made such a great exit. Why is nothing ever perfect?
Hey, Mary. I don't see one person with graying temples. Give me a zip? Oh, sure. Don't you feel a little peculiar about going out with Paul?
Why?
Because of Howard.
Rhoda, I told you, Howard and I were never what you call a big thing.
Mary, I thought he told you he loved you.
Yeah, he did. He tells everybody he loves them. I mean, Rhoda, if you dialed the wrong number and got Howard, he'd tell you he loves you.
You would, huh? That's worth a dime. It's been a while. Oh. Magnifying mirror. Mary, why didn't you warn me? I thought it was a relief map of the moon. When they sell a magnifying mirror, they should include a printed suicide note.
Rhoda, I think that's probably Paul.
Yeah, probably.
So, you want to,
Okay. If you want me to stay around and help you break the ice, I'd be glad to. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Let me take your coat.
Oh.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Rhoda Morgenstern. This is Paul Arnell.
Ah.
Well, hello, Paul.
Nice to see you.
Now, Mary didn't tell me she was expecting company. I guess I'll just be running along. Say, Mary, you know that package that was delivered? You know the one I mean. It has very nice wrapping. Very nice wrapping.
Good night, Rhoda.
Much nicer than its brother.
Hello.
Hello. I was going to bring you something, but I couldn't decide what.
What do you mean, like candy?
Or gum, I don't know. Something kind of first date-like. Look, I have to tell you the truth, Mary. I hate first dates.
Oh, Paul, me too. I hate them.
It's
So would you
every
like to
time I
sit
go-
down? There.
Sorry.
The first date craziness.
Right.
Sit down.
Thanks. Say, Mary, do you remember when I was beaten up and I came to your office the other day?
Yeah?
Well, why don't we call that our first date, and then we can call this our second date?
Terrific. I
Oh.
love that idea.
Good. Also, listen, I don't want you to think I'm rushing into things, but this just being our second date, I'd like to take you home and have you meet my folks.
What?
It's not what you think. See, they're leaving for Europe tomorrow for 2 months, and I've just got to stop by.
Oh, well, sure. I'd like to see them again. I met them once with Howard.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's really not where I would like to take you on our first time out. Second time. You know, if this was our first date, in a couple of hours, I'd probably be standing right here, wondering, should I kiss her goodnight while I got her? Or should I just wait, take a chance? Maybe she'll invite me in. You know what I mean? All that stupid
I
stuff.
know. Like, should I let him know that I wouldn't mind if he kissed me goodnight, or then would he think that I was, well, you know.
Mary, just to get it out of the way. I want you to know, Mary, that I still respect you.
Well,
Hi.
Mother, look who's here.
Well, we just stopped by to see if this charming house was for sale.
Oh.
Said you remember Mary Richards.
Such a pleasant surprise.
Well,
Mary, what a coincidence. We were just talking about you the other day.
Oh, really?
Won't you sit down?
Now, before you get settled, I got something to show you in the workshop. Howard's invented a new one.
You may not know this, Mary, but our Howard is considered an innovative genius in his field.
You know, I've never really been sure what his field was. I mean, I know he has something to do with bow ties that light up.
That's it. The under $9 novelty business. Look at the cigarette box.
Cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health. Cigarette smoking may be...
That's Howard.
Right.
To think.
Oh, Mary, you're standing on hallowed ground. Isn't this true, Mom? Right on this exact spot, in May 29th, 1968, Howard Arnell invented reversible socks.
Plain on one side, Argyle on the other.
Don't feel compelled to comment. A simple gasp will do. Dad, wait up!
It's a lovely home.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, who are all the kids?
Oh, they're Howard.
Where's Paul?
Oh, here. It's not very good of him, but it's quite flattering of the Santa Claus. Would you like some coffee?
Yes, thank you. It's black, please.
It was a lovely idea of Howard's to have Paul bring you by.
Oh, no, it wasn't Howard's idea. It was Paul's.
Oh, really? But it sounds so Howard, so considerate.
Huh?
When was the last time you talked with him?
With Howard, just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact.
How did he sound?
Well, he sounded like Howard.
What a lovely thing to say. Let me tell you, Mary, all we hear from our boy 24 hours a day is marry this and marry that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. His father said to me, when are Howard and Mary going to tie the knot? But I said, well, that's up to Mary. After all, she's Howard's girl.
Very funny, Paul. I show him Howard's new musical razor that's already sold over 500 gross. All they can say is very cute, but does it play Melancholy Baby?
Come on, Dad. Yeah, so I made a joke. I mean, I think it's great that they're selling.
He made a joke. Sure, he made a joke. That's why he wouldn't go in business with me, because the whole thing is one big joke. Ha ha. Well, novelties are no joke to Howard.
Brian, we have company.
I'm sure to a big Ivy Leaguer like Paul, a joke of a business like novelties, well, how can it compare with writing out a lot of speeches for people?
Well, now, Dad, wait a minute. It's not what you call just writing out a lot of speeches for people.
Oh, Paulie, he's just talking.
Oh, yeah, Mom, I know. But I mean, I've got to say it. It's not what you'd call writing out a lot of speeches for people. It's trying to get the thoughts of a very dedicated and concerned man down on paper. Did you read Styron's last speech?
His last speech? No, he didn't.
Well, you should have. Look, all the New York papers said it was a turning point in Styron's career, and that with his kind of outspokenness, he could be a contender for governor in a few years, and after that, who knows, he could go any place, even the White House. Maybe even the White House, Dad. So when I'm writing for Styron, that's what I'm writing about.
Well, as long as you're keeping busy.
Well, it's good to be home.
Well, listen, this is your bon voyage party, so let's wish you a bon voyage. And are you really looking forward to your trip?
We're going to London, Dublin, Asia, and Paris. Tell me, is there something you'd like us to bring you back?
Oh, well, that's very sweet, but no, thank you.
How about some nice Irish lace? Howard would love you in lace.
Mom.
Well, he would. After all, Irish lace makes such a nice, you-know-what veil.
Well, thank you, Paul. I had a really great, time.
Oh, sure. You had such a great time. You're home at 9:30. If you would have had any more of a great time, you could have been home by 8:30. Now, Mary, I'll tell you, they're just weird on the subject of Howard. You know, that talk about you and Howard, I should have said something.
No, I should have said something. It's just that it's a little difficult to tell a woman you're not interested in her son when you're staring into practically a shrine of his baby pictures. Would you like some coffee?
No, thanks, Mary, no. I tell you, I'm going back to the house.
What, now?
Yes, right now. Those two people are leaving for Europe tomorrow for 2 months. Now, I don't want them spending another 60 days thinking you're Howard's girl. Do you want to come with me?
Well, I don't know. I think I'd probably feel a little funny.
Well, okay, if you feel funny, but I've got to go back there. He walks up the stairs to the door, hoping she'll follow. He looks back. She gave him an encouraging smile. Then she made a decision. She's going with him. And a moment later, she's there by his side.
Taking his arm, she turned out the lights. And they walked wordlessly into the night. Mrs. Arnell, we didn't realize that you'd be,
No, Mary, come in.
We didn't want to disturb you folks.
Oh, you're not disturbing us. We were sort of hoping you'd pop back, weren't we, Brian?
What do you mean, tonight?
I don't know how to start here. Yes, I do. Listen, Mom, Mary is my date. She's not Howard's girl.
Does Howard know this?
Mrs. Arnell, you know, I went out with Howard exactly 3 times. He asked me out a 4th time, which was about 11 months ago, and I said no.
Are you trying to tell me that your plans for the marriage are off?
Yeah, I think I could safely say that the plans for the marriage are off.
Well, as long as you're here, you may as well sit down.
So, Mom, what are you, looking in slides, huh?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you were. You were looking at slides. So, Dad, where'd you get all these viewer things?
Howard got a deal on him, so he's trying to work him into something musical.
Hey, there's a nice shot.
That's Dublin.
I thought that you two had never been to Europe, Mrs. Arnell. Mr. Arnell, I thought you two had never been to Europe.
We haven't. These are places we're going to visit. So we'll recognize them when we get there. Come on, Mother. Look at slides. It's getting late. Okay, here we go. Viewers up, everybody. Everybody click to number 1. Everybody got number 1?
Yeah.
Good.
Gee, this certainly is beautiful. Where is it?
Looks like Disneyland.
No, Dad. It's the Kremlin.
Well, we're not going there. Number 2. Everybody click to number 2.
You can click all you want, but I'm not going.
You're not what?
I'm not going to Europe, Brian. That's all, period.
What are you, crazy, Mom? What do you mean you're not going?
She's going. Click to number 3, everybody. Number 3.
Click, 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 Brian, but I'm not leaving my 2 sons alone in America with that. Well, I'm just not leaving my 2 sons alone in America.
Oh, Mom.
Mrs. Arnell.
I don't want to discuss it.
No, Mrs. Arnell, really. I mean, I don't have any designs on your sons. I mean, Howard and I never did have any kind of relationship, and Paul and I are just on our first date, so, we don't even know how we feel about each other, so go.
Wrong. Speak for yourself. I know how I feel about you. I'm crazy about her.
4. Everybody click to number 4.
That's a nice clear shot, isn't it? That's Paris.
Wait for me, Brian. Let me catch up.
All right. Now, this thing here, of course, is your Eiffel Tower.
Wouldn't Howard love to see this? I miss him already.
Ah, maybe you could take him with you.
7. Everybody, let's click right on to 7. Everybody got number 7?
Yep.
You get the feeling we're always standing here?
Yeah, well, sort of, yes.
Well, here we are. Do I come in? Do I say goodnight? Do I talk a lot to cover my self-consciousness?
Why don't we discuss it inside?
Well, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., the folks are off.
You think your mother's ever going to recover?
Recover? What if she sees her present?
Well, what'd you get her?
Howard. I bought him a ticket.
How will you make it on your own? This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
No, Mom, I can't get off any earlier. But you see, Christmas Eve is just like any other day when you're doing a news show. Well, let's see, it's a 4-hour drive. If I leave here at 7, I should be there by 8 o'clock. But I'm gonna drive fast because I can't wait to see you. All right, I won't drive fast. I won't, I promise. Mom, don't worry. I won't be there until 1 in the morning, okay? Okay. Bye, Mom. Love to all. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Merry Christmas to you, too. Bye-bye. Morning, Mr. Grant.
The only thing missing is an electric train. You got the nativity scene in your drawer? That's incredible.
I haven't had time to set it up, but I thought it would go very nicely on the filing cabinet.
I was kidding.
Mr. Grant, I don't suppose there's any chance that I could get off early Christmas Eve, is there? See, I'm going to drive up to spend Christmas Day with my family.
Mary, come into my office. Mary, the thing I wanted to talk to you...
Well, it's Christmas. You had to have something in here.
It's not going to drop needles all over my desk, is it? Sit down. You know, Mary, I haven't had Christmas off in 7 years.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, it's not too bad. You get used to it. Christmas is just like any other day when you work in a newsroom. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh. You gotta work on Christmas.
I've got to work on Christmas?
Well, that's another way of putting it.
Listen, I never thought that I would be working on Christmas. I better go call my mom. She's sentimental about Christmas.
I have a feeling that when I go to sleep tonight, 3 ghosts are going to visit me.
Rhoda, aren't you going to help me decorate it all?
I just decorated an entire department store. Hey, Mary, why don't you hang out pantyhose? They hold more.
I never thought of that.
Mary, hurry up!
Hi.
What? Ooh. You know the wonderful thing about living in Minnesota? We always have a white Christmas. The thing that gets me is the white Easters.
I never saw so much stuff.
I can't help myself. I'm just a Christmas nut. Not just Christmas.
I'm sure you feel the same way about Hanukkah, Rhoda.
Oh, sure. Hanukkah, Christmas.
Mary, do you mind if I leave Bess's gifts here? I don't want her to find them. She's been hunting around the apartment since Halloween.
Oh, sure.
Well, you see, this stuff is fantastic.
Did you get anything for me? It's not exactly what I wanted.
This is a 1/4 scale transparent figure with all the intestines. It's very educational also.
Hey, Mary, don't you wish they had this kind of stuff when we were kids?
Oh, Rhoda, look!
Oh, now she is adorable.
Oh.
This doll is some dresser. I've been looking for a pair of shoes like this all winter.
She's cute. See, darling.
Is she a talking doll?
No.
Ah, too bad. I was hoping she could tell me where she got those shoes.
What are you getting for Lars?
Hey, he's a doctor. Why don't you give him this thing with the intestines?
Yeah.
That is for him.
Do you have any idea what he's giving you?
He told me I could pick my own gift this year.
Yeah.
I picked cash. I'll be back up tomorrow to wrap these. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too. Oh, wow, this is going to be some weird Christmas.
What do you mean, man?
Well, my apartment's all decorated. I got presents under the tree, and I'm not going to be here to enjoy it. I'll be working.
That's it. Cheer yourself up.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. When I was a little girl, we used to drive up to my grandparents every Christmas, and on the way, we'd pass this diner, and there'd be these little old men having their Christmas dinner all alone, and it's just that this year I'm going to be one of those little old men.
You know, I came down here because I was a little depressed, but said to myself, Mary will cheer me up.
Yeah, I got an idea. I didn't have to work Christmas Eve. Why don't you and I celebrate it together?
I don't know, Mare. I get the feeling that Christmas Eve with you could be pretty grim.
Nah, come on, I'll be good, I promise. We'll light the tree and build a fire, and we'll have some eggnog and open our presents. Come on, what do you say?
Okay, you're on. Good. Hey, listen, does this mean we're going to exchange gifts?
Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Did you get mine yet?
Yeah?
What is it?
Rhoda, you're not supposed to ask that.
How about a hint? Mary, I'm very competitive. I want to get you something better.
That's not exactly the Christmas spirit, fella. It's not what I'd call the Christmas spirit. No, sir, that is not the Christmas spirit.
Well, what's wrong, Ted?
Oh, they're just rubbing it in down the hall because they're having a Christmas party and we're not.
Who's having the party?
Everybody except us. In particular, that darn Chuckle's a clown. Hey, clown, you're not funny. I don't know why we can't have a Christmas party.
Oh, yes, you do. Because of what you did last year.
What'd you do, Ted?
I don't remember. I go to a lot of parties. I don't know everything.
What did he do?
Ah, well, you know how it is. You get a few drinks in you and you feel like telling off the boss.
Except he did it on the air.
You're kidding. You mean he actually told you off on the air?
No, he didn't tell me off.
Well, who then?
The president.
The United States?
Of America.
Why?
Well, he sent the president a Christmas card and got mad because he didn't get one back. Hi, Fred.
Hiya, Fred. How you doing?
Why don't you ask me New Year's Eve? I have to work then, too.
What? Murray, we said we weren't going to exchange presents.
Oh, I know, but, well, I felt so bad about you not being able to get home and all. I hope you like it.
Oh, but Murray, the point is we did discuss it and we decided no presents. Oh, well, I don't know what to say. Except, here's yours.
Oh, gee, man.
Merry Christmas. I know. Listen, Murray, don't feel badly about me. Rhoda and I are going to have dinner together tonight, open some presents,
Ho,
and
ho, ho!
celebrate.
The Silver Santa's here. Right now, I have personalized gifties for each one of my little elves. Lou?
Gee, I wonder what it is.
It's either a record album or a very stiff handkerchief.
Fred, Mary,
Thanks for the tie, Mayor.
Oh, you're welcome, Ted. I hope it fits.
Harlan,
Ted, why don't we just file by and help ourselves?
there's a way of doing these things, Murr. Avery,
He's the only man I know that can make Christmas seem like mail call.
Murray.
Yo! Thanks a lot, Ted.
Oh, this is terrific,
I'm
Ted.
glad you like it, Lou.
Yes, the year in review is told by Ted Baxter.
I had the engineers make it up. It's a compilation of my best stuff.
I'm surprised you needed an LP.
Mary,
Oh, thank you.
I heard about you not being able to go home for Christmas after planning to and all.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing, but everybody here has the same problem, you know, or one like it. Look at you. It's Christmas Eve, and you have to work tonight.
Well, I just want you to know that tomorrow when you're working and I'm at home, I'll be thinking about you.
Oh, thank you, Fred. That's very nice.
And I guess tonight when I'm working and you're at home, you'll be thinking about me.
Well, I will now.
You know, I just thought of something. When somebody's got a big family like I have, it seems a shame not to share it. So I was wondering,
Yes?
would you work for me tonight?
Would I?
Look, Mary, I wouldn't ask you if you were going home to your family, but what's Christmas Eve to you? You're going to be all alone. I'll trade you. I'll work New Year's Day for you. That way you'll be able to watch all the football games.
Fred, I...
Look, Mary, please. I've never spent Christmas Eve with my kids.
Oh, Fred, that last part wasn't fair.
I know, but I'm desperate. Mary, will you work for me tonight?
All right.
Aw,
yes.
thanks.
Will you at least cover for me while I go home and have some dinner?
Oh, sure. And, Mary, I just want you to know I feel terrible about this.
Good.
Who is it?
Ho, ho, ho!
Come on in, Rhoda.
Hi. I'm not coming in yet because I have this big package out here. So big that I had to open the door first. Now I am bringing this big package into your apartment. And I am placing it under your tree. No, I'm not. I can't stand it. You gotta open it now, Mary.
Rhoda. It's for me?
Yeah, for you. Merry Christmas.
Big. Should I open it now?
Yeah, come on.
It looks like somebody already opened it.
I did. I opened it a few times to take a look at this fantastic gift.
Oh, Rhoda. Oh, it's just...
Isn't it great? Huh?
Oh, wow.
And listen, let me break you in on it. You'll be able to get your license and then solo in no time. Miss Richards, this is your griddle area.
Yeah.
If you wish to fry an egg.
Yes.
Then, of course, here is your rotisserie. If you wish to barbecue an egg.
Uh-huh.
Then we have the oven for your basic baked egg.
Yes. What's this?
That's your egg.
I knew it.
Well, Mary, what do you think?
Rhoda, I think it is just wonderful, and I think you spent too much money.
Don't worry. I got an employee's discount down at the store.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I have yours, and it's not half as nice.
40% is nice.
Well,
It's not too big, is it? Not kidding. Oh, this is fun. Oh, Mary, it's gorgeous. And you paid full price, right? Oh, hey, you know what this will go great with? My new suit.
well, you think this is an accident? Why do you think I picked it out?
Oh, kid, thanks. I love it. I do.
Hey, me too. Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Hey, you know what else my new blouse will go great with?
What?
Your rotisserie.
Huh?
I can wear it while you cook a turkey in there. I bought one for us for tonight. I'll go get it.
Rhoda, wait. Listen, how fast do you think that thing can cook a turkey?
Why?
Because I have to leave for the office in 10 minutes.
For what?
To work.
What?
I traded with a man so that he could be with his... I don't even want to go into it.
Terrific. Wonderful. You get me all hyped up for Christmas Eve and then you run out like this. What am I supposed to do? Stand out in the snow and light matches?
Rhoda, will you please? You know, this has been a rough week, and the worst part is just about to begin.
Okay, kid. Listen. I'll see you later tonight, huh?
No, I have to work till midnight.
Oh. Well, then I'll see you tomorrow.
I can't. I'm working tomorrow. It's Christmas.
Well, Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
And now this final Yuletide item.
We have just received word from a U.S. radar base in northernmost Alaska that an unusual flying object's been sighted. A sleigh with 8 tiny reindeer. Piloting the vehicle, a man who was overheard to say, "Ho, ho, ho." Anyone knowing the identity of this man, please contact the nearest child.
This is Ted Baxter saying, Merry Christmas to you and yours, from me and mine.
Harry, did you write that last part?
No. As a matter of fact, that's the only news story Ted ever wrote in his life. He does it every year. He even had thousands of copies printed up for people who write in requesting it. He still has thousands of copies. Well, I better get going. Merry Christmas.
You too.
Oh, Mary! How could you let Fred talk you into working Christmas Eve? I mean, it's bad enough you can't go home, but working tonight.
Well, it's all right. Look, Fred has a family to spend the evening with.
Oh, his family isn't so great. They bought an aluminum tree this year. Well, Mary, guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Mary!
Not much for you to check tonight. Everything's pretty quiet.
Yeah, I know. Typical Christmas Eve. There's an envelope for you on the desk there.
Who's it from?
Me.
The crystal bells of Christmas bring love and cheer tonight to wish for you Oh, Mr. Grant, I really...
I don't know what to buy her, because you get yourself something.
Mr. Grant, I can't accept this.
Sure you can.
But a blank check.
What? Huh? That's a mistake.
Why don't I just wait outside?
No. All I have to do is fill in an amount here. Can I have the card back, please? If you don't mind. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Mary, it's none of my business why you're working for Fred on Christmas Eve.
Yes, it is, Mr. Grant. You're head of the newsroom.
No, I don't want it to be my business. Because if it is, then I have to feel responsible for you being here all alone.
Oh, Mr. Grant, thank you. But I'm not going to be alone. The cleaning crew will be coming around.
No, they won't. They don't work on Christmas Eve.
Well, then there's the night watchman.
There's only one man on duty tonight, and he has to stay downstairs in the lobby.
Well, it's comforting then to know that there'll be somebody only 12 floors away.
Look, I got some paperwork I can do. I'll stay. You go on home.
No, Mr. Grant. You know, it would make it a lot easier on me if everyone would just stop feeling sorry for me and go home and have a Merry Christmas.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Well, you too. Good night.
Good night.
So... May your day
Fred, you there? Hey, Fred, I got a great joke for you. Hey, Fred, now don't mess around. This is really a great story I got.
Hello?
Fred?
No, I'm filling in for him tonight. Who is this?
Charlie.
Oh, hi, Charlie. Charlie, I don't know what this is connected to. Where are you?
Out at the transmitter. I'm Charlie.
Oh.
You've heard of me.
Yes, Charlie out at the transmitter.
Right.
Well. How is the transmitter?
Sort of quiet tonight.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm all alone here, too.
Well, so long.
Well, wait. Charlie, can't we talk or something?
What about?
Well, you said you had a good joke.
Oh, yeah. There were these two guys, and they're walking down this big alley. What's your name again?
Mary.
I can't tell it to you.
Well, then, can't we talk about something else?
I don't know what to say to you. I've never spoken to you before.
Charlie, do you have any family?
Nothing but 4 kids, 9 grandkids.
Gee, I bet you wish you could be with them tonight, huh?
I will be in about 15 minutes. The whole family's meeting over my son Paul's place. Every year we have a real old-fashioned Christmas. You'll get the kids up, and they'll open up some of their presents. Do you have any family?
Well, not tonight, I don't know. It was really nice talking to you, Charlie.
Same here, and Merry Christmas.
You too. Oh, over and out. Merry Christmas, newsroom. Hello? Hello? Hello, Rhoda. Listen, there's not supposed to be anyone in the building, and I just heard the elevator. Rhoda, I can't call the police. What am I going to tell them, that I heard an elevator? I can't call the police until the murderer gets off the elevator. There he is. He's off the elevator. He's brought his gang. Rhoda, listen. You were my best friend, and I really liked your Christmas present.
We were going to call you, but Ted wanted it to be a surprise. Were you surprised?
Was I surprised? Oh!
Hello, newsroom. Season's greetings.
Mr. Green.
What do you mean, is this the murderer?
That's for me.
You're the murderer?
Rhoda, yes, everything's fine. Yes, of course, I'm sure. No, nobody's forcing me to say that. No, it's just Mr. Grant and Ted and Murray. I don't know why they're here.
We're having a Christmas party.
They're having a Christmas party.
No. We're having a Christmas party. All of us.
We are, yes. He wanted to come down. All right, we'll see you in a little while. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, too. Bye. Oh, Mr. Grant. Oh, Murray, thank you.
Mary.
Oh, Ted, thank you. Oh, Ted, I'm sorry. Oh, it's just so good to see you.
Come on, Mary. The party's at my place.
Okay, I'll get my coat.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not off till midnight.
Oh, come on, Lou. It's Christmas Eve. What's the difference?
The difference is that the general manager has a habit of calling at 2 minutes to midnight to wish the night man a Merry Christmas. If the night man isn't here...
You mean we have to kill a half hour here?
Well, let's make good use of it. Come on, I got some paperwork I can take care of.
Well, I guess I can write some fillers for tomorrow night's show.
I think I'll go listen to my album.
Hey, Mary, can you type this up again?
Oh, sure, Mr. Grant. Da, da, da,
La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la.
Don we now our gay apparel.
How will you make it on your own? This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
Hey, Mary, it's Friday. What do you say we go out and buy ourselves a nice lunch?
Oh, gee, I'd love to, Murray, but I just don't think I can afford it.
Oh, well, maybe I could lend it to you.
No, I still owe you $5 from last Friday.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Don't you remember we had lunch at Quo Vadis?
Alfredo's.
And I ordered lobster thermidor.
Lobster Newburgh.
And so you lent me some money, remember?
No, I completely forgotten.
We having the old Friday luncherino, gang? I want it, Mayor.
Well, I'm afraid it's going to have to just be you and Murray, Ted. I'm a little short this week.
Oh, well, if you need to borrow any money, I'm sure Murray here would be glad to lend it to you.
Newsroom, Mary Richards.
Bob Freelander here, General Manager of WKS.
Yes, sir. Just a moment. I'll put Mr. Grant on.
No, I want to talk to you.
To me?
I'm interviewing several young women for a producer's job. I'd like to talk to you about it.
You're considering me for a producer's job?
Yes, on a new talk show for ladies. We're calling it The Ladies Talk Show.
Certainly is catchy.
How soon can you get in here so we can talk?
Well, I don't see how I can during, working hours.
Then we'll do it today on your lunch hour. We can have lunch and chat right here in my office. Let's say 12:30?
Well, all right. 12:30 will be fine. I'll see you then.
Oh, wait a minute. I'd like to order some lunch. What would you like?
Hamburger and coffee.
If you're ordering lunch, get me a ham sandwich, a glass of milk, and a side of French fries.
And a ham sandwich, a glass of milk, and a side of fries.
I'll have a pastrami on rye and a vanilla shake.
On Ryan.
Is it good news or bad news, Mary?
Phyllis, since when do you greet bad news with champagne?
Champagne, Mary! I didn't know they even made it in Idaho. So, what's the news?
So, the news is that I have been offered a new job. To produce a women's talk show at another television station.
Mary,
Yes,
producer!
Oh, that's
Terrific!
It means a lot more money. It means my own office and a private secretary.
Hey, and you'll meet new guys, and you'll be able to afford a whole new wardrobe.
Right? And I don't want to do it.
Oh, yeah. Money, guys, glamour, who wants that?
If you don't want the job, then why the champagne?
Because I'm going to have to take this job. I can't afford not to. So I am trying to convince myself that I'm really happy about it. So why don't we have some champagne and celebrate my new job?
Why don't we?
Because I don't want a new job. I will be leaving a lot of people that I love, and I feel like a traitor to Mr. Grant.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Your only loyalty should be to yourself.
But Phil, Mr. Grant took a big chance on me. When he hired me, I was completely inexperienced.
That's like saying that I owe Lars something for marrying me because I was completely inexperienced. Mary, take the job. You owe it to yourself.
Just don't know.
Mary, look, if you don't want to leave, go into Lou Grant and demand a raise.
Oh, Rhoda, I could get a raise. What I need is a raise.
It's painfully simple. There are two choices here. A, Lou Grant meets your price, or B, you quit.
You're right. It is. It's painfully simple. Well, I guess we don't need this yet.
Hey, Mary, next time you throw a party, would you let us know beforehand if you can open the bottle?
You know, Murray, maybe I don't need a raise after all. I mean, I'm going over my budget here, and I figure that on my salary, I can't possibly make it. But somehow, this month, I did. It's fantastic. It came out even, right down to the penny.
Well, almost.
Did I pay you back the $5 I owe you? Oh. I do need a raise, don't I? Newsroom, Mary Richards. Oh, hello, Mr. Free. No, I haven't made that decision yet.
$20 a month for gasoline, that's not bad.
Yes, sir. I understand that you'd like an answer soon.
Hey, Murr, this girl throws away more money on food than I spend on booze.
It's just that it's not quite as easy to come to it. You know, there are other factors to consider here.
$25 a month for dry cleaning?
Well, that includes my laundry. Listen, I'll try to get back to you this afternoon. Would 10 minutes be all right? All right, I'll talk to you then. Goodbye.
Never make it.
I know. Mr. Grant?
Could
I speak to you for a minute?
Sure, come on in.
Mr. Grant, the reason that I have been going over my budget is I have been offered a new job. It's over at WKS to produce a ladies' talk show called the Ladies' Talk Show. You knew?
Well, the broadcasting industry in this town is like a big family. Everybody knows what everybody else is doing. For example, Bob Freelander undoubtedly knows that this morning I went to our general manager and told him I wanted to give you a raise.
Oh, Mr. Grant, that's just wonderful.
It would have been, but he turned me down. Now, before you get on the phone and try to tell Freelander that you'll take his job, let me give you a word of advice. Don't.
Give me a good reason not to, please.
Mary, it's cold out there. Everyone's jockeying for position, ready to cut each other's throat. Is that what you want?
You guessed it, Mr. Grant. I want to go out there and scratch and claw for power. I'll stop at nothing in my ruthless fight for the top.
Mary, it's dog eat dog in this business. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I thought you said the broadcasting business was like a big family.
I didn't say it was a nice family.
Mr. Grant, we both know what has to be done here, and it would make it a whole lot easier for me if you would be the one to say it.
Mary, you are going to have to quit me.
Couldn't you just have said quit the station or just plain quit?
Well, I guess I said that because I hired you. Not the station, me. But just because I went out on a limb for you, I certainly wouldn't want any sense of loyalty to me to interfere with a better deal for you.
Sure glad that you're not putting this on any kind of, personal basis.
The reason I am is because I don't want you to go. I'll miss you.
Well, I'll miss you, too.
When does Freelander want you to start?
Well, he said as soon as you can find a replacement for me.
Oh, don't worry about that. Oh.
Well, then I guess I'll clean out my desk on Friday.
Okay. Hey, I want to give you a going-away party. Who usually arranges for those things?
I do.
It's Rhoda.
Come on in.
That's you, Rhoda?
Yes, Phyllis, yes. I am going into Mary's apartment, yes. She doesn't miss a thing that goes on in this entire building. Hey, Mary, I just washed my hair. Can I borrow your dryer?
Oh, I'm sorry, Rhoda. It's broken again.
Well, listen. Soon the money will start pouring in from your new job, and we'll be able to afford a new one. Can I borrow your stove?
Yeah, sure.
It beats trying to dry your hair over a hot plate. Hey, Mary, were you in bed? I'm sorry.
No, listen, I tried to go to sleep, but I just couldn't. I guess it's because of the new job.
Well, possibly because it's only 8:30.
Yeah. But I was sitting around here thinking about leaving the newsroom tomorrow. I got myself so depressed, I decided I'd just go to bed.
Yeah.
You know what hot milk tastes like? Hot milk.
Sure. I'm an expert on the stuff. Did you know that the first man to drink hot milk invented the word yuck? Hey, come on, kid. Let's just talk, huh?
Yeah, good. Anything. I just don't want to think about that new job.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
They showed me my new office today. Outside it, there was this bunch of girls all laughing and giggling, having fun, and there I was inside my private cubicle, practicing sitting behind this big desk looking like an executive. Felt like Rosalind Russell.
It's gonna be tough trying to find you a tweed suit with padded shoulders. Hey, wait, no it isn't. I just remembered. I've got one.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you tell me you're having a pajama party?
Phyllis, I'm not wearing pajamas.
Oh, with you it's always so hard to tell, Rhoda. So, what did I miss?
Nothing much. I was just telling Rhoda how hard it's going to be to leave my old job tomorrow.
Oh, Mary. Dear, funny Mary. There are some lessons that I've learned in my life that I would like to share with you right now.
Mary, you know that trouble you've been having tonight about sleeping? This ought to do it.
Good night. Good night, dear. Life, as I see it, is a long trail of leavings. What I mean is, you leave school, you leave home, you leave jobs.
Phyllis, leave me alone. You know, I know what you're getting at, but it's not going to help me.
Yes, it will, Mary. It will if you just let me explain it to you the way I explained it to Bess.
But Phyllis, I'm not 12 years old.
Last year, she had this marvelous opportunity to go to camp, but she was miserable about having to leave, just as you are. I mean, the situations are so analogous, it's astounding. But I explained to her the fun she'd have doing new things, making buttons out of walnuts, short-sheeting the counselor's bunk.
Phil,
Mary, not only that, but making new little friends. An adventure. It'll be the same with you, Mary. An adventure. You'll see. Everything will be just fine.
but I don't want to go to camp.
Hi, guys.
What are you doing out of bed at this hour?
Well, Murray asked me to come in early.
Yeah, I wrote a farewell speech to Mary to close the show with tonight, and I figure if Ted studies it all day, maybe he can do it on the air tonight without a goof.
I'm still not here. I'm going to have to make these party arrangements myself. Murray, you're going to have to help me make some phone calls.
Anything at all I can do, Lou.
Ted, I've been asking myself that same question about you for years now.
Who do you want me to call?
Let's see. I want this to be a party to remember. Get a large punch bowl. And get me a distillery and 2 lemons. I want this to be big. By the way, Ted, you haven't kicked in yet.
How much is this going to cost?
It's going to be up there, maybe into 2 figures.
2 figures?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why every time we turn around we have to throw our hard-earned money away on some frivolous party.
What about flowers?
Flowers, too.
Let's see, distillery, punch bowl, lemons. What time would you like the Minneapolis Symphony to arrive?
Here's $5, Murr. Take Christine out of that and give me the change later.
This desk will never be the same.
Yeah, I know.
Mary's old desk.
Maybe we should retire it. You know, like they do football players' jerseys.
Where is she anyway? Isn't she even going to show up on her last day?
Well, the girls from sales took her out to a farewell champagne breakfast, and at noon, the guys from promotion are buying her a farewell drink and lunch.
And she's going to be snockered before the party.
Yeah.
Newsroom? No, Miss Richards isn't here. Who's calling? Oh, hi, Freelander. Lou Grant? Yeah, I'll have her call you. Maybe. Hey, Freelander. You got yourself a good girl. You'd think Mary would be back from lunch by dinner time. I'm beginning to get worried.
Oh, it's all right. The whole production department hasn't come back from lunch either.
Well, if she doesn't hurry, she's going to miss Ted doing the farewell speech I wrote. Don't do that. You'll dent the dip.
My stomach is growling.
Well, take a drink.
Why do you think my stomach's growling? I had a drink. I gotta have some food, man. This punch Lou made is gonna eat right through my stomach.
Well, you can't eat. I want everything to look perfect for Mary when she gets here. Lou.
Huh?
What is that shriveled up little thing doing in the punch?
5 minutes ago, that was a fresh gardenia.
Hey, here it is. Oh, Mary's gonna miss it. Hey, everybody, here's the farewell speech. Gather round.
Tonight, for my sign-off, in place of my usual droll anecdote, I'd like to get serious for a moment. The associate producer of our 6 o'clock news is leaving our friendly fold for greener pastures. And it is with mixed joy and sadness that we view her exodus. So all of us here at WJM wish a bon voyage through the ocean of life and the best of luck to our own Mary Rickards.
Richards? Her name is Richards. Well, it's my fault. It's all my fault.
Why your fault?
Well, I wrote the whole speech out phonetically except for Mary's name.
How'd it sound, boys?
Rickards! You said Rickards!
I don't get your point, Murr.
Her name is Richards.
Now I get your point.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Murray.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Ted. Hello, Mr. Lou.
Did you have a nice lunch?
Oh, you know.
All I know is that the service must have been rotten. You've been gone for over 6 hours.
Is there anything new around here that I should know about?
Not much. Your new boss called. Hey, try to keep it down. Everybody's looking.
I know. Everybody kept buying me drinks, and I kept letting them because I couldn't face coming back here and having to say goodbye to all of you. I will be just fine. Just give me a moment alone. Don't worry. I will not embarrass you. You good old boss.
It's gonna be some party, baby.
I'm nothing, Gertie. All I've got are looks and a voice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Telling you, Gertie, I'm just of no talent.
Somebody put truth serum in the punch.
Oh, Murray, you might as well hear this, too. I do a good job of hiding it, but I'm a lousy newsman.
That's not true, Ted. You don't do a good job of hiding it.
Get yourself together, man. You're being too hard on yourself, Ted.
No, he's not.
Oh, just a wonderful bunch of wonderful
guys.
She really picks up a party, doesn't she?
I should have stayed with what I started out to be. The only thing I ever really wanted to be. A male fashion model.
A male model?
Well, if he wants to be a model, I guess that's the best kind to be.
I used to look at glossy pictures of those guys in the ads, standing there like this.
How do I look? Sober?
Sober.
I think it's happened.
What's happened?
I've built up an immunity to booze.
Lou, Gordy.
Yeah.
Now, I am in the presence of men, real men, and I know I can trust you.
Yeah,
Well, now, I have been happily married to the same woman for 10 years. You know that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while...
Hold it, Mary. I've been here a few times. In bars, at various parties. People sometimes say things at times like this that they later wish they hadn't.
Yeah.
So I'd like to stop you right now from mentioning any names.
Marie McGuire.
You tried.
I didn't hear it.
Marie McGuire.
She was a pom-pom girl in college. Oh, boy, was she something. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Blonde hair, blue eyes. Marie... That's your wife.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it terrific?
It's gonna be one of those big parties.
Where are you going?
Well, it's getting late, and I just thought I really couldn't face any final goodbyes, so I was planning to call everybody individually, you know, next week, and... Well, I figured if I stayed any longer, somebody would probably start singing...
For she's a jolly
Yeah.
good fellow.
Oh,
For she's a jolly good fellow. For she's a jolly good fellow.
I can't sing either.
Speech, Mary. Come on. Come on, let's hear something. Say a few words.
I don't know what to say to tell you how I feel. You know, except to say that I'll never forget any of you.
Of course you won't. We'll be seeing each other all the time.
Well, that's right. We will. We'll be seeing each other all the time.
Lunch together?
Lunch together. We will.
Every week.
Every week we will have lunch together. I don't know who I'm trying to kid. I've been to enough of these things to know that people say they'll get together, but they never do. The minute I walk out that door into your dog-eat-dog world, that's the last time I'll probably ever see any of you. Well, except for Ted on the news.
Or in a fashion magazine.
So, anyway, I just want to say thank you and bye. So, come on, everybody. This is a party. Everybody's supposed to be having a very good time.
I know I am.
Mary, come into my office. Excuse me. Sit down.
Mr. Grant, I'm awfully sorry. You gave me this beautiful party, and I put a damper on it.
You didn't put a damper on it. You dropped a bomb on it. But I don't care about that. I'm gonna meet Freelander's offer.
Come on, Mr. Grant. The general manager already turned you down once.
Yeah, but I didn't threaten to quit yet.
You'd quit for me?
No. But the general manager doesn't know that. So, let's call Mr. Freelander and tell him to find somebody else for that job.
You mean right now?
Of course now.
Hello, Mr. Freelander? This is Mary Richards. Would you hold on just a minute? Mr. Grant, it's so loud I can't think.
Hey, hold it down out there! Mary's on an important call.
Mr. Freelander, there's been an interesting little development here. Listen, I know I haven't actually started to work for you yet, but I quit.
I think she's going to stay.
Well, Mr. Grant has met your offer, so I've decided to stay right here. Oh, that was just some friends of mine. Yes, sir, I do realize what I'm doing. Yes, Mr. Freelander, I have given the matter a great deal of serious thought.
Hiya, Ted. Oh, hi, Mayor. Oh, Mayor. I just want to personally tell you how pleased I am that you decided to stay.
Oh, thank you, Ted.
It was a lovely party, wasn't it?
The best.
We all chipped in, you know.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And I was thinking that since it was a going-away party for you, and you actually did not go away. I mean, you were there enjoying the party like everyone else.
Ted, are you suggesting that I chip in?
Well,
How much?
5.
How will you make it on your own? This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
On the lighter side of the news, Mr. and Mrs. Ira Kamansky of 62 Glendale were rudely awakened when a 2-ton truck veered off the highway into their bedroom, stopping only inches away from the foot of their bed. Both are being treated for shock.
That's the lighter side of the news?
Let me know when they get to the story on the apartment house fire. I want to see what kind of film the new cameraman came up with.
I'm glad you finally gave Alan an assignment.
Lou, you sent the kid out on a big story like that?
You got to start somewhere.
At around 4 this afternoon, fire broke out on the top floor of an apartment house on 3rd Street. It took 2 hours to get the fire under control, as you can see in this exclusive film report.
Mr. Grant, here's that film you wanted to see.
2 families were trapped on the roof.
Shouldn't Alan have taken pictures of the people on the roof?
Or at least the fire.
What is that? Oh, it's a brick. It's a close-up of a brick. And it's got ants crawling all over it.
The smoke became so thick in the halls that the frantic tenants were urged to jump into the safety nets below.
What's that?
It's a brick.
With ants crawling all over it.
I can see they're ants. I want to know why we're showing them instead of the fire.
Mr. Grant, maybe Alan's camera slipped.
Murray, why did you let this film go on? Did you think this was a National Geographic special?
Don't blame me. The kid brought the film in as we were going on the air. And it just didn't occur to me to check to see if there were any ants on it.
Mary, where is Alan?
Well, he's in the control booth, I think.
Tell him I'd like to see him when he gets a chance.
Alan, Mr. Grant would like to see you when you get a chance.
Tell him to be sure he gets a chance within the next 20 seconds.
You better make it right away.
And that's the news till now. This is Ted Baxter saying, God bless and toodaloo.
Did he like it?
Well, it's, you know, it's sort of hard to tell whether Mr. Grant likes something or not, Alan. But I think he can probably tell you better than I can.
Thank you.
Come in. What were you sent out to cover?
The fire? That's right.
Now, I'm telling myself that this is your first job, so maybe I'm expecting too much of you to know a fire when you see one. Fire is where there's a lot of smoke. Fire is what those big red trucks are usually parked in front of. Fire is red and hot, and a fire is news.
I know what a fire is.
Okay. I know what happened. You put the wrong lens on your camera. You thought you were shooting the whole building, but you were getting a close-up of the ants. It was an accident.
It wasn't an accident.
What?
Well, I was making a comment by showing the ants.
You did that on purpose?
I was showing how just a few feet away from the fire, life goes on.
Why not show that just a few feet away from the ants, there's a fire going on?
You gonna let me go?
No, I'm not gonna let you go. Like it or not, I'm gonna have to make a news cameraman out of an insect freak. For one thing, I'm short a cameraman. For another thing, well, you know.
Okay, if that's what you want, I'll give you film like the rest of the news shows.
I'd like that. We've never had film like the rest of the news shows. And another thing, you're on call around the clock. I want you to keep us posted where you are every minute. I'm gonna work your tail off. I hope you've found some inspiration from our little chat.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hey, Alan, how's the boy?
Fine. Got really royally chewed out. I guess you heard.
Oh, did you? No, you can't ever hear what goes on in Mr. Grant's office.
No, my
hear a
machine makes
thing.
so much noise.
Hey, Mary, has my wife called?
No, not yet, Mr.
So, listen, you got chewed out. We've all been through the same thing, right, Ted?
Right.
So don't worry about it. Say, how'd you like to come home with me and have dinner with my wife and me tonight?
Oh, no, thanks. Thanks anyway, but...
Okay. Good night.
You shouldn't be alone, kid. What you need is some company. Now, I've got a manicure. You want to come and watch?
Oh, maybe some other time. Thanks anyway, Mr. Baxter.
Good night, Mayor.
Good night, Ted. Well, Hal and I was going to invite you over to my place for dinner.
Great. Is 7:30 all right?
Yeah.
Hi. I thought I heard you.
Oh, I didn't realize I was setting the table so noisily.
Mary, have you by any chance seen Bess? She's late coming home from a Girl Scout meeting.
No, I haven't.
Not that I have to know where she is every minute, but she is 20 minutes late.
Uh-huh.
Are you having Rhoda for dinner again?
No.
Oh, I see. But you have a place setting for two.
Yeah, that's right. You see, sometimes I like to switch places in mid-meal.
You don't want to tell me. That's quite all right. You're entitled to your privacy. I don't care who you're having for dinner. Since I don't care, why don't you tell me?
It's just a kid who's new at the office, and he had a run-in with Mr. Grant today, so I thought I'd bring him home for dinner and try to cheer him up.
Oh.
Hi. I'm defrosting and I need some ice cubes.
Yeah, sure, help yourself.
Have you seen Bess, Rhoda? She's late getting home from a Girl Scout meeting.
Hey, maybe she's trying for her staying out all night and not telling Mommy merit badge.
Not that I'm concerned, mind you. I believe in giving a child her independence.
Hi, Alan, come on in. Alan, I'd like you to meet my friend, Rhoda Morgenstern.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Alan,
Stevens.
Alan Stevens, and this is Phyllis Lindstrom.
Ma'am?
Excuse me just a minute.
Call me Phil. Everyone does.
I don't.
A lot of my young friends call me Phil.
Okay, Phil.
Some of her really young friends call her Ph.
Hello? Oh, hi, dear. Yeah. Okay, sure, I'll tell her. Bye-bye. That was Bess, and she's kind of worried about you.
Where is she?
She's still at the Girl Scout meeting. You were supposed to pick her up.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, nice meeting you, Alan.
See you later,
Would you like a drink?
Hey, can we see your ID?
I don't drink, but I would like a glass of water. Is that the kitchen? I'll go get it myself.
Okay, the glasses are on the counter. Isn't he?
Mary, what are you doing? Managing Little League?
No, he's just a sweet kid, and he kind of had a rough day at the office.
Uh-huh. How old is he?
22, 23, I think. I don't know.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with going out with someone 23. I've done it myself. I was 15. I'm just getting some ice.
I'll help you.
That's okay. I think I can get an ice tray out by myself.
No, really, I insist.
Hey, where were you when I had to lug my old stove down to the basement? Oh! Hey, kid, keep both hands on that ice tray, huh?
I'm sorry, my hand slipped.
Next time this happens, I'll press charges. You know that shy kid in there? He's not really all that shy.
Hey, Mary, it was an accident. I mean, I hope you don't think I'd fool around with one of your friends, or one of anybody's friends.
No, of course not, Alan. No, Rhoda's just overly suspicious. She's from New York.
Because if you did, why?
No, hey, no. Come on, sit down, have some cheese and crackers.
The funny thing is, she's not even my type.
Well, no, of course she's not. I mean, she's a little older than you are, like I am.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind fooling around with you.
Can I take your coat? And your shoes?
Oh, I just felt at home.
Well, good.
Nice couch. Does it fold out? I mean, for you to sleep on.
You know, Alan, I think that somebody may have gotten the wrong idea here.
You want me to go home, is that it?
No. When I want you to go home, I'll say, Alan, go home. I just think that there may have been a,
Don't worry, nobody has to find out.
Alan, go home.
But then you'd be all alone.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't want to spend another one of those lonely nights, do you? Well, what are you smiling at me like that for?
Because you're cute. You really think that because I'm 30 and single that I'm desperate, right?
No, I meant that I find you very attractive, and what does age have to do with anything?
Well, Alan, I'm really very flattered, but age has everything to do with it. I mean, look, if I were 19 or 20, you'd be 11 or 12. Anyway, you see what I mean? So come on, let's have dinner.
You mean you just got me up here for nothing?
No, I got you up here for dinner. Is that nothing?
It sure is. Good night, Mary.
Alan, if you're trying to make us believe that Mary would invite you up to her apartment and then try to come on with you, forget it.
That's not how Mary. And then what happened?
Maybe I said too much already.
You're right. I think I'll walk you to the studio, Alan. And then what happened?
Good morning, all.
Oh, hiya, Mary. How'd it go last night?
How'd what go?
Oh, you had dinner with Alan.
Oh, fine. Murray, how did you know that I had dinner with Alan? I didn't invite him until after you left.
Oh. Well, he mentioned something.
Oh? What did he mention?
Well, nothing, Mary, nothing. Well, you know.
No, I don't know.
Well, I didn't believe him anyway.
Mary said that. And then what did she do? Oh. Hi, Mary.
Alan, could I see you for a minute?
Sure, Mary.
Alan, I would like you to tell Murray in front of me exactly what happened last night.
I'm sorry. You're right, Mary. I should have kept my mouth shut. It was just dumb bragging. I'm sorry.
Brag! Alan, you... Oh, Murray, you... I would know it. Nothing. It was... Oh, Ted. Of the Winter Carnival Parade, we're going to switch to a remote of Arthur Almerin covering the airport arrival of the
Anything you say, Mayor.
Ted, you have to get all this down in 15 minutes. Have you heard anything I've been saying?
Not a word.
Mary, I want to talk to you a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you too, Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant, I would like to talk to you about Alan.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
You do?
Yeah, you were going to say I was too rough on him yesterday.
Well, no, not exactly.
Yes, you were, and you're right. Mary, I'm not the most patient man in the world.
Well, no, that's not true, Mr.
I said
Grant.
I'm not the most patient man in the world.
Well, that's true. But Alan isn't exactly the easiest person to be patient with. Mr. Grant, I don't know how else to tell you this other than to just come right out and say that Alan has been going around the station telling people...
Yeah, he's my nephew. It's true. He's my sister's kid. And Mary, that's why I gotta ask you a favor. Asking favors isn't something I usually do. I'm not good at it. Boy, I'll say I'm not good at it. I forgot my manners. You want a blast? What that kid needs is a little understanding and compassion and all the rest of that bull. You can handle that, and I can't. Okay?
Okay, what?
Will you do me that favor?
What favor?
Boy, I told you I wasn't any good at this. I don't know how to ask for favors. I can't do it. Forget the favor.
Okay.
I'll make it an order. I want you to be understanding and sympathetic and compassionate to that kid. You got it?
Oh, Mr. Grant, if it were anybody other than Alan...
If it were anybody other than Alan, I'd fire him. You see, she's my only sister. And I owe her something.
Oh, all right, Mr. Grant, I'll do my best.
The reason I owe her something is 2 years ago, I fired her husband.
What for? Now, let me tell you the worst part. Mr. Grant told Alan that I volunteered for the job. So you can imagine what Alan thought.
So tell him you didn't volunteer.
I told him. He didn't believe me. He asked me what time I wanted him to come over tonight.
So you should have told him you don't want him to come over tonight.
I told him, and he said, how about 8:30?
You should have told him you wouldn't be home.
I told him, and I'm not. I am not going to be home. I'm going to a movie. You want to go?
Yeah, I would.
He'll only be back tomorrow. What do you plan to do, go to a movie every night?
Of course not. One night I'll go to a play, and the next night to a concert. I always did want to learn how to play pool. What do you expect me to do, Phil?
It's so elementary, I shouldn't even have to say it. But he only comes on when it's absolutely safe, with women who wouldn't ever be attracted to him. Only you, Mary. And me.
You? When did he ever come on with you?
When we first met. I picked up the vibrations when he came on with "Hi, Phil," not "How do you do, Mrs. Lindstrom."
Ma'am. He said ma'am.
Believe me, Mary, if that boy ever thought someone was going to take him seriously, he would run for the hills.
I think I see what you mean, Phil. In other words, if I pretended to be really interested in him, it would scare him off, huh?
Exactly.
Not in a million years. That is the dumbest idea.
Dumb.
All right, Mary, all right, all right. Let people give you a lot of modern ideas on how to handle this. As for me, give me good old-fashioned common Freudian psychology anytime.
There she is, folks, the sweetheart of Sigmund Freud.
You are witty, Rhoda. You really are.
Thanks.
How much fun it must be for the other girls on your bowling team.
Did you find a movie for us to see?
Yeah, let's go to the Crestwood.
Okay.
If we're going to the show, I think I'll go upstairs and change.
Wait, I want to go with you.
I'll wash the coffee cups, Mary.
Oh, would you, Phil? Great. I don't want to take a chance of being here in case Alan arrives.
Mary, you wouldn't think my idea was bad if you read my copy of Post-Adolescent Social Trauma.
Well, fine, I will. Lend it to me sometime.
I lent it to you 6 weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah, and that whole batch of books I brought up for you to read.
She figures if you study hard enough, anybody can become a loony.
I'll find it for you, Mary. Really, it'll help.
Well, Phil, look, I appreciate your wanting to help me out with this problem, but I honestly don't think it'll help.
Yes, it will. Wait till I find it. You'll see. Marriage as a competition, the liberated female, the creative neurotic. None of these is it. It must be here somewhere.
Let's get out of here, Mayor. If she finds out you're still saving your Nancy Drew book, she'll never hear the end of it.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Is Mary here?
She went out.
Oh.
Alan!
Yes?
Why don't you come in and wait for her?
Okay.
I don't see how she can say it's a dumb idea. It's right here in black and white.
What is?
Nothing.
Is she gonna be right back?
No. That makes you nervous, doesn't it?
No, why should it?
Well, because you're alone with an attractive, mature woman. Now, doesn't that make you nervous?
Uh-uh.
Well, of course you're not nervous because you feel safe. Because you know that a person like me couldn't possibly be interested in you.
If you're not, why'd you call me back in here?
That's right, Alan. You're right. I am interested in you. I find you terrifically attractive. Now, how does that make you feel? Nervous? That's right, Alan. I understand why you have to leave now, and it's perfectly all right. I'm glad I could clear this up for you. Goodbye, Alan. I do understand. What I don't understand is why you're on this side of the door.
I don't think it's too tough to figure. You just finished saying that...
You take one more step, I'm calling the police.
Hey, wait a minute. You just said that...
Yeah, there it is. You took a step, I'm calling the police. See, I'm picking up the phone. I have it in my hand. See, I'm dialing the police station right now. It's ringing in the police station. The desk sergeant is picking the phone up right now. Hello, Mary? Guess who's here? Alan, why don't you come right down? And hurry.
Hey, what is this? What's happening here?
I'll tell you what's happening. It's all right here. Read this, chapter 7.
Nancy Drew?
That's Mary's book. She saves things. Phil? There he is, Mary. He's all yours. See if Nancy Drew can get you out of this one.
Hey, what is it with these friends of yours?
What is it with you, Alan? Why don't you find a girl your own age?
You don't know? Well, what's the use?
Pardon?
I said, what's the use?
I don't have a quick comeback to that question.
I'm a phony. I'm not a man. I knew it since I was 12.
Alan, who knows they're a man when they're 12?
There's something wrong with me.
You bet there is.
You don't understand. You see, I've never... I mean, when the other kids were... I wasn't.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Alan, but I don't see how
You don't know what it's like to feel like you're the only virgin in the whole college.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do.
I've been waiting for someone. Someone kind and gentle and compassionate to help me find myself.
Well, Alan, couldn't you find a nice girl your own age to help you look? I didn't know that all of this was behind all that craziness.
Send away whoever it is. I need to talk to you tonight.
Alan, I really do have to go answer the door. Who is it?
Lou Grant.
Where is he?
Who, me?
You. Guess what? A brewery blew up tonight. I know because I saw film of it on one of the other stations. Since you weren't there, we don't have a single foot of film on it. Not even a lousy ant crawling around in a bear suds.
Mr. Grant, how did you know that he was here?
He left a message with his answering service saying where he'd be and that he didn't want to be disturbed. I don't know how to break this to you, but I may end up disturbing you.
Mr. Grant, could I talk to you for just a moment, please? Mr. Grant, Alan has problems. I mean, he really does.
What's he been handing you? What have you been handing her?
Mr. Grant, please, they're very personal problems, and well, he has problems about women.
You do, huh?
Hey, Uncle Lou, I was just kidding around.
You were just kidding around?
Look, you. I want you to remember something and remember it forever. I think of this girl here like she was my own daughter. That means she's your cousin. You get my meaning?
Okay, I'm fired.
Ooh, no. As of now, you're third apprentice in the developing lab.
I can always quit.
Who says so? Now, look, there's only one woman down there in the lab. She's a negative cutter named Jocelyn. Tell him what Jocelyn's nickname is, Mary.
Well, it's not really a nickname. It's just what some of the people... Bomber.
Tell him what Bomber did at the last Christmas party, Mary.
Oh, you mean when she beat you arm wrestling?
That's the new woman in your life. Bomber.
Good night, Uncle Lou. Cousin Mary.
Hey, I want to apologize. I mean, he's my family and all
Mr.
that.
Grant, no, please. There's no need. I understand. Look, every family has someone like that.
No, you don't understand. In my family, he's the cream of the crop. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Mr. Grant.
Hi, Mayor.
Hi, Ted.
Good thing Lou put that kid in his place. He's a troublemaker, you know. He was even beginning to spread rumors around about everyone, even you.
Oh, really?
Not that any one of us believed a word of it for a minute.
Well, that's certainly good to know.
You know, Mayor, you've worked here quite a while now, but I don't feel we've ever really gotten to know each other. Maybe sometime we could have dinner.
Oh, Ted. Of course not.
Oh, yes. Well, see you around. And God bless.
And toodaloo.
How will you make it on your own? This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it after all.
Hi, Mayor.
Good morning, Murray.
You want to go ice skating at lunchtime?
Oh, well, I brought my lunch.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, Murray, I tell you, when I skate, I just sort of like to, you know, and you always want to... Oh.
It's all right. Have a nice, happy little day. You too. Yes? Something wrong?
Well, it's just that I've never seen you looking so refreshed.
Well, that's because I am refreshed. I got completely polluted last night.
Nothing like a good hangover to pick you up.
I wasn't hungover. You gotta be over to be hungover. I'm still half snockered. That was some evening. Me and John Corcoran, we were really flying.
John Corcoran, the one on the network news? Oh, I see him from Vietnam in his combat jacket, ducking under the bullets.
That's the one. He used to work here.
No kidding. Hey, is he as great looking as he looks? You know, I mean on television.
He's beautiful. That's coffee. Like last night, about 2 a.m., we're in this place, see, and John orders sake, Japanese wine, right?
Yeah?
Now, understand, we're not in some quaint little Japanese restaurant. We're in the lucky 7-Eleven bar and grill, a saloon. Now, the bartender at the lucky 7-Eleven doesn't get this request very often. But John just stands there looking him straight in the eye.
And the bartender got him the sake.
No, he threw us both out.
Mr. Grant, I seem to have missed the point of the story.
The point is, I haven't been thrown out of a saloon in years. And John managed it. That's what I call a newsman.
Well, if that's what you call a newsman, what do you call this?
Hi, guys.
What are you doing in so early?
I'm in because I'm upset about being wakened at 2 a.m. by an obscene phone call. I've never had anyone say things like that to me.
What are you telling me about it for?
Because it was you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry about that, Ted. It's just that whenever I'm with a really first-class newsman, I get furious thinking about you.
I'm glad he apologized.
I think it cleared the air.
Newsroom. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was the receptionist. She sounded like she was doing deep breathing exercises. John must be on his way up. Now, look, everybody. I know John, and even though he is kind of a famous guy and won a lot of awards, don't make a big deal over him, okay? It would only embarrass him.
You still can't say hello like other people, can you, Murray?
You see, what did I tell you? He's embarrassed.
How are you?
What are you doing up this early?
Don't you remember, Lou, last night we were sitting on the curb in front of the Lucky 7? You said I could use my old desk if I needed it. But it's occupied.
Oh, was this... Well, all the desks are occupied. I mean, I never use mine. I'm Mary Richards.
John Corcoran.
You gonna be around later? I'll buy you a sandwich.
Fine.
Maybe we can get thrown out of a luncheonette.
No, you can't, Mr. Grant. You're having lunch with the sanitation commissioner.
Oh, yeah. Talk about garbage over lunch. Sorry, John.
Well, look, as long as I'm chasing you out of your desk, can I take you to lunch?
Yes.
Good.
Well, I guess you can take care of yourself. After all, it's just a lunch. Come on, John. Come on.
Lunch.
Lunch. Murray?
This is very good fettuccine. You sure you don't want to try it?
No, thank you. I've got this little meat patty here. John?
What?
I lied. I want to try your fettuccine.
More?
Oh, no. I've seen you on television, haven't I? Don't tell me, you're,
John Corcoran.
No, yes, you are. Oh, I just love your news. Oh, I mean, I don't, I really hate the news, but the way you do it,
Thank you very much.
It's really just heaven. I wonder, would you?
Oh, my pleasure. Is there anything special you want me to write?
Yes. To the most well-informed woman I have ever met. That'll just destroy my husband. Is she,
Yes, she is.
Oh, would you mind? Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome. I shouldn't have done that.
Now, what's the harm?
Well, I didn't want to disappoint her, so I wrote the first name that came into my mind. Ringo Starr. Mrs. Ringo Starr. I didn't want to spend the whole afternoon trying to figure out who Mary Richards is.
Well, I can think of worse ways to spend an afternoon.
Well, let's talk about you. Before Vietnam, weren't you in Russia?
Yes. Are you involved with anyone right now?
No. How about some dessert?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were on a diet. What would you like?
Actually, I was thinking about having the fettuccine. Are you going to throw those away?
You want them?
Oh, yeah. My girlfriend and I are pooling our trading stamps.
Oh, well, look, in that case. Here.
What did you ever buy to get all these?
A camper truck and everything to stock it with.
A camper truck?
Yeah, I thought I'd take some time off to just drive around the country. I haven't seen it for a long time.
Oh, thank you.
I'm married, Mary.
Yes, I know. Your ring.
Does it bother you?
It didn't bother me until you asked me if it bothered me. I mean, I don't know why I even bring it up. This is just a lunch, right?
No, I was thinking of it as a little more than just a lunch.
But, I mean, that's what it is. Look, rolls, butter, ice water, restaurant. That's a lunch.
Let me explain why I told you I'm married.
No, it's not
Well, the reason I told you I'm married is because I'm separated.
John, why don't we change the subject?
All right.
If you're so separated, how come you're still wearing the wedding ring?
That's a funny thing.
Oh, is it?
I just can't seem to get it off. Now, go on, try it.
Well, no, I'll take your word for it.
I guess to get it off, I'll have to cut it off.
Oh, waiter, could I have a knife? My butter. You wouldn't let me. Look, all right, I'll admit he's intelligent, charming, good-looking, really polite. But the important thing is, I'm just not interested in him.
I know what you mean. Looks, intelligence, charm. They turn me off, too.
Yeah. Okay, think about this, Rhoda. What happens when these separated men go back to their wives?
I don't know. Maybe a little kissing, fooling around. I don't know.
I mean to us.
Oh, Mary.
Rhoda, go home. Who is it?
John Corcoran.
Rhoda, stay right here. Well, hi, John.
Hi.
Won't you come in?
Thanks.
John, I'd like you to meet my roommate, Rhoda Morgenstern. Rhoda, this is John Corcoran.
How do you do?
Hi. Got any more stamps?
What am I laughing at? Everywhere I go, they keep shoving these things at me. There.
Ooh, great.
John and I had lunch together today.
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Oh. Well, sit down, John. John's just back from Vietnam.
I think you mentioned that.
Oh. He just bought one of those,
a camper, you told me.
To drive around the country?
Yeah. Where you from, anyway?
Los Angeles. That is, my wife lives there. We're separated.
I know.
I think I mentioned that. Would anyone like some coffee?
None for me, Mayor. I just want to go to bed.
I'm sorry, I'm keeping you up.
No, you're not. All I have to do is go upstairs to my apartment.
I thought you two were roommates.
What made you think that?
Mary just said so.
Oh. She's right.
John, how do you take your coffee?
Black. He took it black at lunch.
What are you doing?
Sweeping.
I thought you were making coffee.
I am. It's going to taste a little strange, though.
You can forget about the coffee.
Well, no, really, I'll just make instant. Why don't you go talk to Rhoda?
It's a little difficult talking to Rhoda.
Why?
She's asleep.
Don't believe it.
Like it or not, Mary, we're alone.
Well, why don't we be alone out there? I really should wake her and send her home.
No, don't. You'll feel better with her here, won't you?
Yes. John, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being separated. Maybe I'm being dumb, but there are all kinds of ways of being separated, you know? I mean, I had an uncle who used to go to a convention for 2 weeks every year, and for those 2 weeks, he was separated. And then my aunt found out, and they were separated. And I'm not saying, you know, that you, I don't know what I'm saying.
You're saying it might be better if we don't see each other.
Yes.
Okay. We won't see each other again. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, John.
See you at the office.
Right.
What are you working on? I think there might be an idea for a good documentary in this. America by someone who hasn't seen it for 3 years.
Who? Jimmy Hoffa?
Hi.
Am I in your way?
No.
If I am, I can use this end of the desk and you can have the rest.
No, really. I never use the desk. Excuse me. My labels. My addresses.
Mary, there's nothing wrong with sharing a desk with a separated man.
I know. It's just, I never use a desk. Really.
I'm working against the deadline, and you're putting labels in my typewriter. Well, Mary, look, I was wondering about something. Marie and I are having some people over Friday, and we want you to come.
Oh, good. I'd love to.
And look, if you're the kind of person who thinks they have to bring a bottle of wine or something, don't bother. We have all the wine we need.
Okay.
We're a little short on cognac, though.
Hi, guys. Hey, Johnny. Don't get any ideas about taking over my job.
A sincere-looking chimp could take over his job.
What's that, Murr?
I said a sincere-looking Ted. My wife and I are having some people over Friday night, and we thought maybe you'd like to come.
But gee, Murr, Fridays night I tape Sunday's News and Review.
Shucks.
Sorry to disappoint you. Good evening. This is Ted Baxter.
He's never been able to figure out why we always have our parties on Friday nights.
Mary.
Hi again. Yes, sir?
Sit down. Did John say anything to you?
About what?
He asked if I could spare you to help him on some research, and I said okay.
He asked you for me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Huh?
No, sir, I can't.
We seem to have a little misunderstanding here. What I just said was not a request. He's a friend of mine, and he needs some help, and I want you to help him. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then I expect you to help him.
No, sir. It would make things very uncomfortable for me.
Why?
Oh.
Mary, I'm going to say something to you, and I hope you won't take it the wrong way. You're the biggest jerk I ever met.
How can I possibly take that the wrong way?
You're a big girl, over 21 and then some. Don't you know enough not to affiliate with charmers like John Corcoran?
I didn't affiliate with him. We had lunch, just one lunch.
I've seen him mess up 3 or 4 women's lives during a coffee break. You keep away from him.
That's what I'm trying to do, but you're making it very hard for me. I have to share a desk with him. Now you want me to...
All right. It's my fault. But how did I know you'd see anything in him? I don't know what anyone sees in anybody. Remind you, I like John. He's what you call a man's man. But that can be bad news if you're a lady.
You mean like his wife?
He separated again?
Again?
John and his wife had more reunions than the whiffin' poofs. Well, listen, maybe he's being straight with you. One of these separations has to stick.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Grant, but it really has nothing to do with me.
Good girl. Not that he's a bad guy. When I think of the times I've sat on a bar stool and sopped up his stories. Oh, there was this girl in Chicago. If he so much as comes near you, you let me know.
Again.
Mary, it's disaster time.
What?
They're preempting Sunday's News and Review for that Washington press conference.
The president?
No, the Attorney General's wife. And that means Ted can come to my dinner party.
Murray.
Maybe he'll get lost. Mary, did Lou talk to you about...
Oh, about my working for you?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but he decided that I have too much to do, so sorry.
Okay. I'll see you Friday night, though.
Well, John, I'm going to be busy Friday night. I really am. I'm going to Murray's house.
So am I.
Mary, would you care for a minute?
No, thank you.
That's good wine.
You're drinking scotch.
It's my favorite kind of wine.
We were so sorry that your wife couldn't come.
Yeah, I know. Well, we sort of have a kind of a deal. She doesn't drag me to any of the dumb things she gets invited to, and I don't. I think I'll have some more of that Scotch wine.
Ted, it's so nice seeing you outside of the office for a change.
Yes, well, some celebrities don't like to socialize with their coworkers, but I feel it's good for morale.
Oh.
You're not talking to me.
Well, certainly I'm talking to you. Of course I am. Marie, the chop suey was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of things Oriental, when I was on assignment in the Far East last year, I found the natives very friendly. And our boys delighted to be there.
Did you? That's because it was in Hawaii.
You don't have to go to Vietnam to get a big story.
That's right. Ted came back with a terrific piece on surfing.
Thanks, Lou.
Well, I think Ted had the right idea. All last year I had the feeling I was in the wrong place. Not now, though.
Marie, I just love what you've done with the house.
Oh, thank you. Murray, honey, why I get the coffee. Why don't you show everybody who wants to see it the rest of the place?
Love to.
Anybody else want to take the tour? Please.
Well, I've already seen the house, of course. So, John, why don't you take the tour?
No, thanks. Not right now.
Follow me.
You know, I see this girl all day long, and all we ever talk about is business. So for a change, I'd like to talk to her about something else.
And there are so many things to talk about.
There sure are. Did you get those books out of research that I had you?
Sir, I did.
That's business, isn't it?
But then what's wrong with talking about business?
I think I'll go join the tour. I'll see you soon.
Don't miss the master bathroom. It's the highlight.
Mr. Grant, thanks.
For what?
For what you did. I appreciate it. But, Mr. Grant, don't do it again, okay?
It's tough to say you're welcome after a thank you like that.
Well, it's just that I've got to figure out how to handle this myself. I just wish he'd stop coming on like this in front of everybody.
Maybe I can figure out a subtle way of getting him under a cold shower.
I think so far, you and I, though, are probably the only ones who are aware of what's going on.
And this is the family room. The tour is over.
Oh, this is nice.
We were here before, Ted.
Well, it's still nice.
Game time!
Games? Sure, games. What's a party without a few games? You know, charades, association.
Oh, I thought you were going to have us all get in sacks and hop across the room.
Hey, does anybody have any new games?
How about the truth game?
You know what's always fun? Continuation. I think that's what it's called. You must have played it, where somebody says a word, and then the person next to them has to use a word beginning with the last letter of your word.
Sounds great.
Well, no, it really is. Like, well, if you said boy, then Ted would say yellow, because yellow begins with Y.
Well, do we just keep on doing this, or does the game have an end?
No, it ends. It ends when someone's stumped.
Well, let's try it anyway.
I'll begin. Box.
Well, let me see if I understand this. I have to say a word that begins with the last letter of your word.
X.
X.
Game's over.
John, what was that truth game you mentioned?
It's very simple. We each make a statement about ourselves. Then it's up to everybody else to guess if that statement is true or false. And the whole point is to make your statement intriguing. That way you get an idea of what people think about you. Remember, the whole point is to say something provocative. Let me try one. I think I'm in love with a person in this room.
True.
A person in this room. Now we'll have to spend the whole night figuring it out.
It's your turn, Mary.
My? Okay. All right, my turn. I think that there is a person in this room who uses the word love like other people use the word hello.
False.
True.
I didn't know this game could have ties.
Let me try another. I'm seriously thinking of getting a divorce.
John, no, you're not.
Would you believe it? I'm usually good at this game.
Boy, did she wipe you out pretty good. Come on, Wednesday we go back to the lucky 7-Eleven, and this time we'll really get some sake.
You want to come, Mary?
No, thank you.
You're incredible. You never give up. You'll be pitching when they're nailing the box closed on you.
Marie Murray, thank you very much.
Enjoyed the function. Thanks a lot.
Hey, wait a minute. The game. It's my turn. Extra.
I was just coming in and saw your light. How was Murray's party?
Well, it turned into a sort of farewell party.
Oh, yeah? For who?
John and me.
You mean no more stamps? Oh, Mary, our partnership is just bombed. It'll take us a year to get an electric blender now.
Well, I think I have a plan. Why don't we split the books? You take 6, I'll take 6. We'll each get what we want.
Great.
I'm going to get the baseball mitt.
What?
For my nephew's birthday.
Oh. Hey, I'm going to get one of these.
For the barbecue?
No, the guy in the chef's hat standing behind it.
This world is awfully big. Girl, this time you're all alone. But it's time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have it down, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. You might just make it
a little slow today, Murr?
Yeah.
How would you like an exclusive story?
I'd love it.
My fan club is having its annual Ted Baxter bridge tournament tonight.
Oh, that's exclusive, all right. Last year, they couldn't find a fourth.
Mayor, would you like to play?
Oh, gee, Ted, I would. I'd like to, but I've got an aunt from my hometown coming in, and I'm going to take her to dinner and a movie.
Oh, well, why don't you bring her to a TV show?
Well, I don't think there are a lot of famous TV shows done here in Minneapolis.
Oh, wait a minute, Mary. I think you're missing Ted's point.
I think she'd find it inspiring to watch a top-flight newscaster in action. I mean, not just reading the news, but the inside stuff. Wardrobe, makeup, the way I make that fist before I go on. You know, all that inside stuff.
Uh-huh.
Mary, did you finish that letter?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll get it for you.
What are you doing here?
Just trying to keep up the troops' morale, Lou.
Does he really believe that? Incredible.
Here it is, Mr. Grant.
Oh, thanks. Fix me a drink, will you?
Can't fix his own drink. I'm not a bartender. A bug suit.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Mary!
Mr. Grant, there is an intercom.
Yeah, I know, but I figured this way is more personal. You write up that story just out of the American Revolution?
Yeah, I have a standard story. I just fill in the name of the country, the names of the generals, etc.
Yes, I know. I'm going home and change my dress before I meet my aunt.
You better. You smell like a distillery.
A great distillery.
Mary, did you just call for help?
Yes!
What is it? What's the matter?
My clothes!
Oh, I see what you mean. You smell like you've been dancing with Dean Martin.
No! Not these clothes, those clothes, my closet.
Oh, is it safe?
Yes.
Mary? I heard you yell for help. I would have come sooner, but I had something in the oven. What's wrong?
There's nothing in Mary's closet. There's nothing in Mary's closet. Where are your clothes?
Gone. Everything in the closet is gone.
Mary, call the police.
You're right. I gotta call the police. I hope they get here in a hurry. My poor aunt is waiting for me on a street corner.
Hey, Mary, let me handle this. You want the cops fast, I can get them here fast for you.
Great.
Hello, police. There's a man with a gun trying to get into my apartment.
Rhoda!
Mary Richards, 119 North Weatherly, apartment D. Hurry!
He's coming in!
Rhoda, he's pulling the phone out of my hand! They should be here shortly.
Rhoda, I don't think you should have done that.
Oh, they don't mind. They get calls like that all day long.
Oh, I can't tell you how creepy I feel to know that there was some stranger in here breathing heavily and pawing at my things with his hairy arms.
How do you know he's got hairy arms?
Oh, I just know.
What did he take, Mary?
Everything. All of my clothes. Everything. Even my brand new cape that I haven't finished paying for yet.
Oh, Mary, well, it won't do any good to get angry with him. Criminals are misunderstood enough to begin with.
Yeah. Well, stealing my cape is not going to help him in his quest for understanding.
Especially if he wears it.
Wait a minute. Whoever did it was drinking heavily at the time.
That's Mary.
And this is it. I haven't got a thing to wear. You know, that's probably the first time that a woman has ever said that, and it's really been true.
Hey, I'll loan you something.
Mary, you can borrow a dress from me.
Oh, thank you. You are both so thoughtful.
Yes, Rhoda, that's very thoughtful of you, dear, but Mary and I have the same taste. Good.
Nothing.
Oh, Mary, that is really rotten. Poor Mary. It's all right. We're going to get some.
Mary,
it's
nothing that can't be replaced.
Don't hold the clothes in. Sure. It's going to be good to meet my aunt. You get a box.
Oh, thank goodness.
I told you.
Where is he?
Who?
You made a phone call?
I did not make
No,
the
who
phone
made the
call.
phone call?
Well,
Did you make the phone call?
She dialed.
Well, who lives here?
She lives
she
I
lives
live downstairs.
But you
She
made
lives upstairs.
Officers, listen, you can
Go
put the guns away because about the phone call, actually, we were just kidding about the gunman part.
You were kidding about a gunman?
Hey, fellas, let's look at the positive side. True, there's no gunman, but there was a robbery.
If there was no gunman, why did you say there was a gunman?
She wanted you to come quickly.
What else you girls do for laughs? Turn in false alarms?
Oh, that's me. Over here. I mean, I wasn't drinking it. I just, I spilled it on my person. Would you like to see the scene of the crime?
Tully, see what's missing.
It's right in here.
Yeah, check.
Officer, I'm Phyllis Lindstrom, and I'm aware that all over the country there is controversy concerning the police. I just want you to know that I have an open mind.
That's nice.
Jackson, there's certainly a lot missing in that closet.
Oh? Can I have your name, please?
Yes, sir. It's Mary Richards, and I am the Rob-E.
Victim.
Rhoda Morgenstern. I'm her friend.
Officer Tully.
I'm Phyllis Lindstrom. I live downstairs.
Nice to meet you. We met in the closet, Jack. This is Officer Jackson.
All right, if we're through with the introductions, would you girls like to sit down? I'd like to ask Miss Richards exactly what happened. Miss Richards, exactly what happened?
I was robbed. Somebody came into my apartment and stole all of my clothes. And my TV.
At least they didn't take your records.
That's right, that's right. At least they did not take my records. But they took my stereo. Oh.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. What time did this happen?
I don't know. It must have been while I was at work.
Oh, then you weren't robbed.
I wasn't?
You were burglarized.
Oh, that's a relief. Officers, continue your questioning. Mary, I'm going to get you a dress.
I'll get you a better one.
When did you first realize that there was a robbery?
A burglary.
When I came home about 10 minutes ago and looked in my closet and noticed that there was nothing in it.
Is there anyone you suspect?
No.
Jackson, no suspects. This next question that I am going to ask you, you may think it's a very personal type of question, but for those of us who have taken the exam to be a detective, as we know, it has to be asked. Does anyone else have a key to your apartment?
No.
I didn't think so. Jackson, there's something very intriguing about this case.
Yeah, I wonder what. Leave the detecting to the detectives. I want to talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, excuse me. Be right. You always have to put me down in front of people?
Only when you start acting like Ironsides.
You're acting like Ironsides.
Officers, I do hate to seem to be rushing things, but I really have to get going.
Just be a few more minutes. Jackson, why don't you check the window sash over there? Huh?
Mary, here's a dress for you. It's brand new, never been worn.
Oh, Phil.
Here it is, Mayor. It has 10,000 miles on it, but it's just back from the cleaners.
Try this one on.
Oh, that's the brakes, Phil.
Tully, come on.
Wait a second. Would you wait a second? I want to see how she looks in it.
Officer Tully, you know, Bess, that's my daughter. Oh, Officer Jackson should be here. He would appreciate this. Bess came home from school the other day and she said, the policeman is our friend.
That's very nice. I'll tell Officer Jackson.
You know what I said to Bess? I said, Bess, you are absolutely right.
Gives you an idea of the fantastic conversations they have about. Well, one thing's good. Mary won't have to worry about being robbed again.
Oh, that's not necessarily true. You see, many times they come back to the same place.
Do me a favor. Don't tell Mary that.
I heard. Is that true?
Oh, you look terrific. That's a great color for you.
Thank you. Is that true what you said, that they sometimes come back?
Oh, seldom, very seldom. And if you need any help, just, call and ask for 1636.
All right, extension 1636.
No, badge 1636.
Badge.
I don't have an extension.
Oh.
Nice meeting you, girls.
Yeah, Tully. We'll have to do this again sometime.
Thank you. I hope your aunt doesn't think that's a maternity dress.
Hi, Mr. Grant. Thank you for giving me the extra half hour. I think I got some really good dresses. Anything big happening around here?
Nothing. The biggest story of the day is that somebody talked at the Paris peace talks.
Boy, I never realized what a hassle being robbed could be. The man at the insurance agency acted as though he thought I did it.
You settle a claim yet?
Yeah, I signed yesterday and got the check today. For about 20% of what my clothes were worth.
Well, at least they paid off quickly.
Yes, and then they canceled my policy.
That figures. They love you as long as you never have a claim.
Hey, Mayor, did you buy some new clothes?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I bought a sport coat that color. Brings out my eyes.
Which one, the blue or the pink?
Start writing. Red China just signed a mutual defense pact with Albania.
Albania? That's the capital of New York, isn't it? Well, I've got to go watch a show on educational television.
Sesame Street.
That reminds me, there's some really great television on tonight. And I won't be able to watch it. They stole my TV.
You can come over to our place and watch it, man.
Oh, thanks, Murray. No, I guess I'll just stay home and have a good time listening to my records. No. Well, I'll just stay home and have a good time cleaning my oven.
We'll get whoever did this, I promise you.
That's what you said the first time.
Look, being hysterical will not do you any good.
Well, being calm didn't do me any good either.
Everything will be all right.
You coward.
Well, we'll need a list of what's missing.
Everything.
A pattern's beginning to emerge.
Yes, the pattern is this guy keeps coming back and robbing me.
Burglarizing.
Oh, whatever you call it, when is he gonna stop?
I think he's about finished.
Well, you still have your lamp, the sofa, and that M thing.
Hey, wait a minute, fellows. If this kid gets hit again, the Red Cross is going to have to come in with coffee and donuts.
I saw the police car downstairs and I wondered what happened. Oh, Mary, your apartment. Oh,
I know.
You. It's your job to protect innocent citizens from things like this. Look at that poor girl. What kind of a police department do we have here anyway?
We're doing our very best, Phyllis. Did you notice any strange people around here today?
Just the usual. Wait a second. As I was leaving for my Esperanto class, I saw a big truck parked right out in front. I didn't think anything about it at the time.
Can you describe this big truck?
Yes, officer. It was a truck. Big.
Phyllis, please try, because the only hope I have of getting my things back is if you can remember. So, Phyllis, if you could.
It was blue.
Good.
Or was it green?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I guess it was blue-green. Sort of an off blue-green. Not unlike the color of my new hostess gown.
Why don't you give them a swatch?
Was there anything else you noticed besides the blue-green?
And the license number.
The license number?
You wrote down the license number? That's terrific.
Oh, no, I didn't write it down. I remembered it.
You remembered all those numbers, all those letters?
I just have one of those minds.
She does. She has one of those minds.
All right, all right. What's the number?
BB7 77777.
Good. I'll put an alert for this big truck.
Jackson, put in an alert for that big truck. A major clue. That's, to have a license plate and the color.
Great.
We're really making headway.
Officer Tully, I want to apologize for acting so emotionally before, and you're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, when you're studying to be a detective, you kind of get a sixth sense for these things.
Hey, Mary, you know what you need, kid? A good night's sleep. Why don't you stay up at my place tonight?
You're perfectly welcome to sleep at my place.
Oh.
Or even stay at...
Don't say it.
I am on duty. Why can't my partner learn to use the horn? You know what I mean? Just a little beep, that's all you need.
I can't forget the old superstition about bad things coming in threes. I walked into my apartment last night. I looked everywhere, even the refrigerator.
Well, a little bit of paranoia is a character developer.
I haven't slept more than a couple of hours the last few days. I keep thinking he's going to come back and steal my sofa, too.
Look, Mayor, I don't know if you can use any of this. We've had it around for quite a while.
Oh, Murray.
Well, they're practically antiques. Now, this is an alarm clock, and it's so old it has Roman numerals.
Oh,
And here's a waffle iron in case you have any waffles you want to iron.
Oh, that's so very nice. Murray, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Well, it was all Marie's idea.
Oh.
Morning, Murray.
Morning, Lou.
Morning, Mr. Grant.
Mary? I don't like the coffee it makes. Maybe you will.
Murray, will you look at this? This pot has never been used. He went out and bought it for me.
Well, don't tell anyone. You'll ruin his image.
Hi-ho, everyone.
I think you can quit worrying. The third bad thing just happened.
A little something to help you rebuild, Mayor. It's for your kitchen.
Oh, Ted.
It's an ice crusher.
Oh, Ted, that's sensational. You know, I've always wanted an ice crusher, but it's the kind of thing you never think to go out and buy for yourself. Thank you.
Is it electric or manual?
All right, so it isn't one of those big electric fancy ones. What's wrong with that?
Calling that an ice crusher is like giving someone a match and calling it a barbecue.
Here, Mayor, I'll show you how it works. You put an ice cube in your hand here, see? And then you strike it like this, and voila!
I've always wanted to know what voila meant, and now I know. It means I've got a handful of crushed ice.
You're some joker.
Thank you, Ted.
The last of the big spenders.
Oh, come on. It's the thought that counts.
I know, and he has cheap thoughts.
Newsroom, Mary Richards. Larry Tully. Officer Larry Tully. Well, I'm fine, thanks. You did? Oh, that's great. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'll be right there. Goodbye. That was my policeman, Officer Larry Tully. They think they got the guy who did the robbery. I have to go down to the police station.
Hey, that's great.
Oh.
Well, now that you know the guy's been caught, maybe you won't be so nervous.
Oh, come on, Murray. I was never really nervous.
Let's see here. Richards, Mary Richards breaking and entering.
Yes, that's me.
Tully said if you got here before him to wait. Would you like a magazine?
Oh, thank you very much.
Don't you look like a nice fella? Wanted for murder, assault, and armed robbery. Triple threat. You just can't tell anything about anybody by looking at them.
True.
You know what I do every morning? Get up and go over to the park and sit on a bench. Ever since I was a little kid, I've seen old men sitting on park benches. It's kind of boring, but I figured it's my obligation.
That's very nice.
What are you here for?
Robbery.
Really?
No. No, I was robbed. Burglarized.
That's bad. A lot of that going around.
Especially in my apartment. Happened to me twice.
I've been mugged 13 times.
Well, you certainly don't look it.
Oh, I guess I'm just mug prone. Of course, hanging around the park doesn't help. You'd think those muggers would go to a nicer neighborhood so they could make a better living.
Yes. Tell me, have you ever been to one of these identifications before?
13 times. You just go in that room over there and they line the guys up. It's better than sitting on a park bench.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have a pretty difficult time identifying this man.
How come?
I've never seen him before.
That'll make it tough, all right.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Well, what do you think? How do you like it?
What? Oh, congratulations. You made detective.
No, it's just a new suit.
Oh. Well, you certainly should be a detective.
Thank you.
Do I have to see the burglar?
No.
Oh, good. One thing. Did he have hairy arms?
Yes.
I knew it.
No, we just want you to identify some of your things.
You got my things back?
Well, we think so.
How did you do it? That's terrific.
Well, Jackson and I had just come on duty, and we were cruising when we spotted the truck.
And you recognized it from Phyllis's description?
No, they had changed the license plate, but there was still something suspicious about it. They were trying to make people think they were one of those charity groups.
Well, that certainly was pretty tricky of them, wasn't
Well,
it?
it would have been, except for the name they had printed on the truck. The Salvation Navy. Stupid people.
Well, I think you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
You know, this man is a wonderful policeman. He really should be made detective.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
He's the same rank as I am.
Forget and get the receipts for everything she takes.
Right.
My TV set.
Your alleged TV set.
And my alleged clothes. Oh, great.
The rest of the stuff is down at the warehouse.
Oh.
Hello, Miss Richards.
Oh, hello, Officer Jackson.
Did Officer Tully tell you you'll have to leave one of your dresses for evidence?
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Well, here. No, that's my favorite. I want to wear that tomorrow. All right, take this one.
You know, I like that one.
Do you like that?
That's nice.
Mary, I'm sorry to startle you. I just came up to get my dress. I need it for tonight.
How did you get in?
Oh, well, I used my nail file. Mary, your lock is really easy to pick. No wonder you get knocked over so often.
Phil, couldn't you have waited until I got home?
Well, I didn't know how late you'd be. Lars and I are going to the SCARD convention.
Phil, what is SCARD?
SCARD. S-C-A-R-D. SCARD. The Society of Concerned and Responsible Dermatologists. Lars is speaking on the social implications of dandruff.
Oh, that certainly sounds exciting.
Would you like to come, Mary? I've got an extra ticket.
No, I've got a date.
Well, I'll get you 2 tickets.
It's a double date.
Well, I'll get you 4 tickets.
Actually, Phil, the 4 of us are going to a large dinner party. So...
Mary, if you really want them, I can scrape up 50 tickets.
Phil, there are 52 of us. So have a good time.
Tough luck, Mary.